Hey guys, I've lost 180 pounds and sometimes my scale creeps up, so I kind of have to do some type of reset. So right now we are going to do a carnivore-ish and a creamy reset. So I have this hydrangea bush out there, and I thought my mom had pulled cut some of hers off and made herself a nice little floral arrangement, and I'm like, I could do that too. So, hang on, let's see. Let's shift these two around just a second. Hang on, hang on. You know I can't hold y'all and do something at the same time. Trying to kind of get it in there. Trying to bring all of them together. Ooh, yes, like that. There you go. Looky there. So I did that, and I'll just leave them right in here for me to look at for the next couple days. Because the bush, I'll show you. Hang on just a second. It's kind of getting almost at that wilty stage. Now, hang on. Like, kind of droopy. Like, oh, hi, Ruby Roo. Anyway, so first off, the dogs are always digging, which is why I want my guy to dig this out and I want him just to kill it off and pull it out, because they dig there and then they dig back in there. So this thing is like half alive and half dead. So maybe I could just cut it all the way down. I don't know. But anyway, but you can tell they're kind of droopy looking. But anyway, so yeah, I think they fall off pretty fast. But ooh, that one's got big petals back in there. That one's got pretty big petals. There's some little mini ones. Anyway, so yeah, so I pulled some off of here, and they smell good. So, good thing I didn't I have the dog door in, so it's a good thing I didn't have the door locked, and then we couldn't have made it in. But anyways, I'm just going to keep them right there until they keel over. But they're pretty, or I might take them to work. But they're pretty full. So, okay, bye. Hey. So when I first started eating this way, first time I started and even learned about low carb, and it was low carb, high fat. I don't know if there was really a term for it. Maybe there was. I just didn't know it, but it was 2017. So in 2017, I started following a channel, and it was called Cooking Keto with Christy. And this lady, she had a family, and she went on to work with Diet Doctor, and anyway, really a great channel for learning how to cook low carb foods. But anyway, so she wasn't carnivore, but she was keto. Anyway, the point of all that is I heard her say one time was just for today, just for this hour. Sometimes we have to achieve our goals by, okay, just for this day, I'm going to try this. Tomorrow I can think about having or eating or doing whatever. And that's really with any goal. So like today, I'm experimenting. I told y'all I'm experimenting. I want to just see. So what I'm telling myself is just for today, I'm going to see how it feels to do like a true no calorie eating window of intermittent fasting without adding any extra flavors. Like even my water, this is water, like water from the tap with ice in it. So I'm even going that. I thought, okay, just for today, I want to try it. But I feel like that's the only way we can learn to do something is just for today. I'm going to do XYZ. So I just want to let you all know that that's kind of, I'm hanging in there. I made my coffee too strong this morning. I had 2 teaspoons of coffee, and I drank about that much of it. And on the drive to work, I was just... And I think that might be part of that problem that I'm having, because, I make my own with the little, the instant, and sometimes I get a little extra, and you can't, there's not a margin for error with that for my body. If I get too much, I get too much, and my body's like, wah. So that's kind of what I'm finding, is that for my body, there's no margin of error. And when it says 1 teaspoon, it's 1 teaspoon, not 2 or 3. So because what I'm finding is with that instant coffee, a little more doesn't get me more hyped up. It just gets my heart more racy and me more anxious. I think that feeds from what I was talking about yesterday. Because whenever I did the right amount yesterday, I was fine. But then this morning I put a little extra in, and then I noticed on the way to work, it was like, so anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. So I'm pretty sure that might be part of my problem. We'll see as time goes on. But anyway, so yeah, so just for today, I can't, that's my motto right now, is just for today, I'm going to drink the black coffee and with the pinch of my my unflavored electrolytes, which is just sodium and potassium. So and yeah, it's diluted because I wanted it lighter, because I didn't want to make it how strong it should be, since I already had too much of the over kind. I think it looks a little more tea, don't it? But nope, this is coffee. It's instant coffee and cold water. And I got some ice I'm going to put in it. So just for today, I'm going to see if I can make it, again, just sipping plain coffee, plain water, until I'm going to try 11:30 again. I do have CPR today, this afternoon. It's from 2 to something. And then I go see my Allie this evening. I kind of don't really have a lot to report back to her. So I did, but I don't want to cancel, because it's like, she might tell me something profound. So anyway, so yeah, I see Allie this evening. So I this morning I did something while I was drying my hair after I got out of the shower. I cooked 4 burgers. I thought I could have 2 for supper, beef burgers, and then because I'll need something for tomorrow. So this way I don't have to think about it when I get home from my appointment. I will eat the 2 burgers and then go to the appointment, and probably have the 2 burgers and creamy. And then in the morning, I won't have to worry about, what I'm going to take to work, because I always, whatever my supper is, I double that and make it for the next day. So now I made for my supper tonight and my lunch tomorrow. So, all right, you're in the loop. But just for today, I'm really going to try, to do nothing. And I remembered some people like, well, you could use allulose, but I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try it. Just plain old black coffee with the pinch of my electrolytes and water until 11:30. We'll see. Y'all, the hardest part today of just experimenting is that, man, that 9:30, no, who am I kidding? From like 8 o'clock to 11 is the hardest part. Hang on, you don't need to look up my notes. The hardest part is I'll just say from 9 to 11. So my stomach growls, okay, that's fine. But dadgum, my brain, and it's not food noise, because, I'm still got that 3.5, 3.2, whatever, 3-something patch on. So that's fine. That's not it's not like food noise, but my stomach's growling. And let me tell you something. Your girl just ain't used to her stomach growling. And what I used to do was I'd load up on my, that flavored water. Well, I don't want to load up on water, because it don't taste good. It's just plain water. And that's boring. Just being honest with y'all. So, yeah. So it's like, I want to drink my flavored water, and I can't. So I'm like, well, what the heck? And it's 11 o'clock right now. So, yeah. So I thought I'd tell you the hardest part was from 9 to 11, because I was hungry. And like I said, I know I don't have my glove on. I just had to get out of the office building. Anyway, because 9 to 11 was the worst. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I know. I think from now on, I'm just going to pull these and just leave them right here. I kind of feel like I sound nasally. Do I sound nasally? You know what I mean when I say nasally? Kind of like, somebody's, like they're talking through their nose. Like their nose is stopped up. Anyway, I kind of sound like that in my head, but I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to come out here and do this for a few minutes because it's 11 o'clock. And like I said, just for today, this is just some little experiment. Because one of my coworkers was like, well, what about the window? And you got to, you know, if you go too long, it does damage and blah, blah, blah. Because she's kind of been, she does the intermittent fasting and, you know, but she does it because she wants autophagy. Well, I don't care about autophagy. I just want the scale to move. So I just smile. I'm like, I don't know. I ain't thought about a window yet. And it's so funny because her face was like, what? And so anyway, I just, you know me, I'm like, I ain't worried about all that stuff. I'm just trying to get that scale to move down 10 pounds. But anyway, so yeah. So, just for today. So I may hate it. And I may decide I can't do it. Oh, I did drink some tea. What I did, it's unflavored, or unflavored. Whoo, it's unsugared tea, just unsweetened. That's the word you're supposed to say. Anyway, so it was made up in the break room, and what I did was I gave myself about a half of a cup, and then I watered it down with some water. So, well, y'all, it's coming along out here. One of these days, we're going to have to break down and do something with those big old honking things. But based on the research I saw, I'm supposed to do it next spring. So I have it on my calendar to bring something, and I'm going to chop them down. This definitely doesn't go. Wherever the bottom of that is. I could pull it, but it ain't going to come out. Yeah, that just broke. Anyway. So next spring we're gonna get serious on those things. Look, they use this. That's like a big old shed for something. I don't think I've ever messed with this middle one. Let's go see what's here. Looks like it's kind of like a waterfall without a waterfall. You know what I'm saying? Look, see, it goes zoop. It's like a waterfall without a waterfall. I don't see many weeds, evidently. Oh, yeah, they burned them. Or they killed them. They sprayed them. Look at that. Oh, you guys. I had a big old move. I told y'all the bad thing about carnivore for me is I have rough movements. It was doggies. And I've been suffering ever since. Suffering succotash. Anybody remember that from Bugs Bunny? But anyway, so I've been having issues since this morning. Sitting. Maybe that's why I'm up and moving so much. But that has nothing to do with my stomach growling. So anyway, so that's one thing I don't like about going carnivore. And I know people say add fat, and I do. But then when I do, I mean, yeah, it helps a little, but the scale doesn't move then. So remember, I did carnivore for 2 years, and I would add extra fat. But then, like I said, the scale doesn't move. I don't know how that Laura Spath, well, I do know I was gonna say I don't know how she loses weight with all the fat she eats, but it's because she don't eat as frequently as I do. I eat frequently. I just can't. I got to eat frequently. It's just how I'm made, y'all. It's just how I'm made. Anyway, I think I'm hangry and I'm whining. Oh my gosh, it's only 11:04. Oh, Lord. I got 25 minutes to kill. Or to not think about food. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus, help me make it. And not kill somebody. That's what I need to pray. Just help me make it and not kill somebody. Because that's the answer that I need. Right there is not get so hangry that I get mean to somebody and lose my job. Just kidding. Oh, that's a funny looking rock. Where is that? Come here. Look at that. It looks like a, oh, now you know I'm hungry. It looks like a caramely something with nougat inside. Okay, y'all. I don't know. I'm gonna walk inside. I don't know if I can make it till 11:30. If I'm seeing caramel nougat inside of rocks, that's pitiful. All right, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. I am not alone with my allergies. I hear about 4 people just coughing. And don't get me other people have it just lets me know I'm not alone with my allergies. It's coming from there, this way and that way and that way and that way. It's coming from all the ways. So I share a building with a whole bunch of allergy-infested people, including myself. So I meant to tell you, I saw there's somebody I ran across. I don't follow her, but she pops up sometimes on TikTok. And she bought the Dr. Now book from was it 600 Pound Life, whatever that show is. Anyway, so Dr. Now has a diet that he gives to his patients. And so she's doing it, and I don't know how long she's doing it, but I thought about it. But first off, it's not going to be low carb per se. I don't guess. And there may be fruit. And so then, it might be things that I don't need to add back to my life. But anyway, I just think that's kind of interesting. I might like see if there's like a snippet of it somewhere that I can look at, and just for fun, just to look at. Anyway, I was just telling a coworker about that there's a lady on TikTok and she's been following the Dr. Now diet. So it's just funny how many fun things there are out there to learn from. Okay, bye. So I can't show y'all nothing about it, but I'm about to go to CPR. I did the online portion. Now I'm about to go to the training portion, into practice. Hopefully nobody's going to be having trouble with their asthma, or I'll be killing somebody again today. Anyway, I'll see you this evening. Bye. Listen, I don't know what the heck's going on. I've recorded twice, and it's not recording it. I'm not really sure what the deal is. So I'm just going to tell you what I ate, and we'll see if this takes. I had 2 burger patties that had some Mina harissa on it and ketchup on it. I had some pickles. We talked about Jesus. We talked about being nice to ourselves. We talked about I go see my Allie tonight. I don't know what the malfunction is with my phone. So we're going to see if this takes. But that's what my supper was. And then I have this creamy, and it's cantaloupe. It's okay. I don't dislike it, but I think I tend to prefer the heavier ones, like the snickerdoodle, the chocolate, the more candy bar-ish type flavors. Anyway, well, I'm going to let you go because I'm going to see if this uploads. If it does, well, that's all you need to know for supper. I love you. Jesus loves you, so be nice to yourself. Bye.